Team Arson Music.
Nash is mad now.
Thank y'all for coming out. We're here again. So we got a great show. We're back.
Yeah. What's poppin', y'all? What's happening? You're back in the lab with your man, Marq Nash. He is I am he. Another great episode of Breaking the Beats. Make some noise. Y'all already know what time it is, man. We got a very, very special guest in the building. Ain't gonna take too much of this man time. Man, what can I say about this guy you probably don't know? He's coming straight off the heels of a big win over Jarrett Hurd. A lot of people counted this man out. He's a living testimony of what believing in yourself and self-determination, how far it can get you in life. Man, this man is known by many names, but I'm gonna let him introduce himself. We're gonna call him Luis Arias. Hey, look, how was my accent? I tried to do an accent right there.
It wasn't too bad. Arias. Luis
Arias.
Yeah.
Arias.
Yeah.
See, look, man, I was trying, man. See, sometimes you try hard, you die hard.
It's all good.
Hey, how you feel, my guy?
I'm feeling good, man. You know, resting up. I'm back at home. I'm in Florida right now. I just got back from a good weekend. I was at the Tank Davis fight. You know, that was lit. So yeah, man, just slowly just chilling, living life.
So, what did you think of the fight, man? What was your assessment of the fight and the card and the event as a whole?
I thought the event was amazing. You know what I mean? Like, it was top to bottom. It was fun. Like, I got there to the fights like, right before the TV started. So I saw the whole arena like fill up. You know what I mean? And like he's really a star. Like Tank is really a star. Like I think they had like 16,000 in there. It was jam-packed. Everyone was like dressed nice. I saw a bunch of jewelry. I mean, like the money was out, and it was good, man. Like it was a great fight, great event. I thought Tank looked spectacular. I mean, he did give up the early rounds, but he was just giving up the rounds really to catch his momentum and to get to him. But I had said that before, like that the first couple at the beginning of the fight would be tricky, but that eventually Tank would get to him and would get him out of there. So and that's exactly what happened. So man, it was great, man. It was a fantastic, weekend. Mayweather Promotions did a hell of a job. So yeah, great fight, great event.
Absolutely. Man, you're no stranger to big events yourself. Hey man, you've been in this boxing thing for a long time. Like a long time. Probably before you kissed a girl, you was throwing punches. You get what I'm saying? Talk to us about where does the journey begin for you, champ? Because you could have did anything in the world. I mean, you could have shoveled snow, you could have waited tables, you could have did anything, but you chose to punch people in the face for a living and get punched in the face. Not an easy career path. Talk to us about what the journey started for you.
Well, I mean, I was just, I was a real active kid, so I like picked up the gym I went like about 7 to 8 years old was when the first time I tried to go to the boxing gym. I was trying to play tackle football, but I was too small. And then I like stuck with it. And at first it was just, just to get out the house. My mom didn't let me get out the house unless I was playing sports. But then around 14, 15 was when I really started like winning fights. So I started winning fights, going to the nationals and winning or making it to the finals like every nationals. So I was like, man, I could really be good. And then like, I think at like 17, I became the number one men's. I got ranked number one in the men's division. And I got out for the pro contract. So I was like, I was like, man, if they offer me money right now, I was like, I'm about to really get it. Like, I'm really about to get to it. Like, if I'm only 17 and they offer me money, imagine what it's going to be like when I get older. So I knew then when I was like 14, 15, around that age, that I was going to fight, so.
Let's go back a little bit right there. Now you said you took up boxing around 8. Now when I pull you up here, they say you came up under Israel Shorty Acosta. Is that true or is that a typo?
Yeah, no, that's a true story. Yeah, he used to train my dad back in the day, but I didn't even know that. Like when I first got introduced to him, like I remember when I was younger, my mom had introduced me. She's like, "Oh yeah, he used to train your dad." I was like, "Oh, whatever." And so then when we were at the community center trying to play football, I looked up and the boxing gym was up there. And so I was like, "Oh, is that the gym that you said my dad used to train at?" And then she was like, "Yeah, it is." So we just went up there, and then Shorty was a great coach. Shorty was an Olympic coach. He was one of the Olympic coaches for the 20 Olympic Games, and he was like highly respected. He himself should have went to the Olympics in I think it was like 84 or something like that, where he was supposed to go to the Olympics. So I was like, I was under the wing of a very good, amateur coach. So I was able to get, trained and guided properly in the amateurs, So yeah, he had me all the way to the amateurs till it was time to turn pro. And then, I went with some pro people.
Yeah, I get it. And some people call that switching teams up, but sometimes you can only go so far. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, it's easier. Like if I was in New York, it'd be a different story. But I was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and like the market for boxing itself was very small. Like to get out of the States in Wisconsin, all you needed was like 2 fights. Rarely would you have to win 3 fights. But to get out of the States in like Texas or like New York or California, like them guys were fighting like 4 or 5 times just to get out the state. So like if you really wanted to make something happen in boxing, like I knew right away that I was gonna have to leave Wisconsin. Like every time I was at the tournaments, like I was the only guy in my region like ever passed the first or second day. Like usually like Wisconsin and like Minnesota, Nebraska, like we weren't really like a fighting state. There's only a handful of guys that were coming out. So I knew I was gonna have to leave. I mean,
yes,
I
indeed.
was dream chasing shit. It'd be different if it was a big market, Milwaukee. It wasn't.
Absolutely. And so around 2008, 2010, you had some would say your first big breakout moment. You won the nationals, right?
Yeah. I got ranked number 1 in the U.S. in 2008 as a U.S. men's, and then I won it again in 2010. So I was pretty much like.
How old were you then?
Huh?
How old were you back then?
I was
in
18,
2008.
I was 18 when I won my first U.S. men's nationals, and then when I won it the second time. So
yeah, your audio broke up, champ, when you was moving the camera. I'm sorry. Say that again for us.
Oh no, I'm saying I was 18 when I won it the first time, and then I was 20 when I won it the second time.
Oh, hey, look, is it a way we can adjust your camera? Cause all we getting is nose and cheeks a little bit. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. That's the star right there. That's the star.
Yeah.
All right, so look, but you was middleweight then, so you've been a big guy for a while though.
Yeah, I was fighting at 165 pounds, like all throughout the amateurs, really. So I was a middleweight most of my career. But again, in the amateurs, you had to make the weight every day.
Mm-hmm.
So like to win 5 fights, you had to weigh in 5 times in the morning. In the pros, you only got to make the weight once the day before. So
right,
it's better.
So they say you won a gold medal at the PAL championship.
Yeah.
Tell us about that experience.
That was an amateur tournament.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the PAL, the National PAL. It's like the Police Athletic League. Like the police they run gyms all over the United States. It's like a big like program where like the police basically like help the youth out and stuff. So they have like gyms and parks and stuff. Yeah. I went in 2010, I think it was. One of those 2011 I won the national PAL. So when was your breakout moment where you got picked up by, your first promoter, the big promoter? Was that Mayweather promotion or before? Yeah, no, so it was before. So after, I knew that I couldn't go to the Olympics anymore, that my Olympic dreams was over. I was actually training in Vegas at the time. So Floyd was looking for some sparring for he was looking for middleweights in my weight division. And long week. But,
yes, sir.
Floyd was looking for sparring partners in my weight class. And I knew someone that knew Floyd, so they basically was looking for any middleweights. And when Floyd sparring, like a lot of people just kind of show up and just try to like spar him. So that's basically what I did. Is I grabbed all my stuff. And then
hold on. So Floyd is taking. Hold up. I'm sorry. Let's not brush over that, because it's not every day where you just know a guy who knows Floyd Mayweather. That's how does that even happen?
I was slowly getting in the game, and I had already met a handful of people that were kind of in the game already. Like, you know, like in those big amateur tournaments that I was winning, like a lot of pro people would come. Like they were connected in the game, like differently. You know, different ways of getting connected in the game. And I impressed Hasim Rahman, former heavyweight champion.
That's my guy. We interviewed him a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. So his dad and him saw me at the amateurs. They saw me winning the tournament. So they were like, yo, you know, come to Vegas. And then he knew Floyd because Big Rock came up with Floyd. So when Big Rock was like heavyweight champ, like Floyd was like on the way up too. So they knew each other from coming up in the game at the same time. So when I tried to come over there, like Floyd knew him. So Big Rock went up to Floyd and was like, yo, you need to spar him, basically, like give him a shot. He'll give you great work, basically, for the Cotto fight. And then Floyd was like, all right, I'll give him a shot. And like 2 weeks after that, he gave me a shot and we sparred, and I did really good with him. You know, and so then he picked me up then and there. He was like, you know, Floyd was just starting to become a promoter at the time. He had like one fighter at the time.
TRC Music. Nash is mad now.
Thank y'all for coming.